Support Hava. She's raising $1,300 in 13 days to produce and print her first comic book. It's a rare, intuitive, autobiographical comic exploring the fascinating life of an extraordinary performance artist's life growing up in Hollywood. It's Havawood, the comic book. Support right now and receive unique awards, perfect for holiday gifts. Rewards include the Hava box set, limited edition signed comics, handmade Hava dolls, DVDs, and tickets to the Havawood premiere and live show. Support this amazing artist's talent so Hava can continue to share her dreams with the world.
Hi, I'm April Hava Shenkman, and I'm making my first comic book, and it's called Havawood. And I'm very excited by it because it's a completely unknown territory for me as an artist. I'm a performance artist, and I have never committed to a project, something outside my performance world on the page, and officialized it by saying I'm making a comic book. My grandfather, Ben Shenkman, was a Hollywood cartoonist for over 50 years in the industry, working for studios such as Warner Brothers, Disney, Hanna-Barbera, Fleischer Studios. Came out to Hollywood from New York in the 30s, and he made his living as a cartoon artist. I'm not trying to necessarily follow in his footsteps because he was a master, but I think I just perhaps inherited just a pinch, just a little tiny smidgen of his genes. Sometimes I make myself look like a duck or a swan. I draw from the inside out. It's like come into my bedroom and see how I really live, and you see this version of me on stage, and then you see the inner sanctum of my personality. And so that's what this comic is, kind of the inner sanctum of my own individual psyche. The comic doesn't live without my performance world, and the performance world doesn't live without my comic. So I'm branding or marketing them together as a package deal, so you get the comic and the show, because, like I said, they need each other. They're creating each other. They're creating one another. These are my parents, and they're a big part of Havawood in my world because they gave birth to me, and without them, I wouldn't be who I am. So my mom, Marilyn, and my dad, Chickster.
Hi, folks.
And well, I just wanted to. What do you guys think about me making this comic?
I'm really thrilled and excited that you're making the comic, and I've always thought that you should pursue the fine arts as well as acting, so I'm really happy that you're doing it.
I'm very happy. Said I had a daughter with my dad's talent.
Well, I don't have his talent.
No, but you're really great. Come on, let's not kid anybody.
You are great. You can't deny it. You're great. You're a great artist. You're a great actor. You're just great. So this honestly, is exciting.
Honestly, if I said to you to take out the garbage or something, you're quick on the draw.
Okay, but you're hilarious. All right. Well, do you think I have any right to make a comic book?
Sure,
Absolutely.
Of course. Why
Absolutely.
not?
This is Grandpa's dream.
My
dream too.
But you're as talented as any other comic book artist.
Well, no, but I'm very raw in my drawings.
But this is a new endeavor, and you're gonna just do it. You're just gonna be fabulous at it.
Well,
you know, folks, I saw her work, and I'm not just saying this as a father. I want you to see it because you're gonna be amazed. She is so talented, right, Mom?
Yeah, she's great. No, she's great. I've always told her.
I love her.
I have a
wait, you have a question.
I have a question for
yes.
for Rick. What does the comic remind you of?
It reminds me of April and her life story, all put into one nutshell.
I thought you said Little House on the Prairie.
How come you said it reminded you of Little House on the Prairie?
Did I say that?
Yeah. When I first showed you it, you said it's like Little House on the Prairie. How does it look like Little House on the Prairie?
Because it reminded
futuristic Little House on the Prairie.
It reminded me of the old days. And
the main reason why I decided to I even thought about doing a Kickstarter for this is that I need the money to press it, to put it out in the world. Also creating a show to go with the comic. So there's Havawood the comic and Havawood the show. I'm going to have this comic book done by the end of this month. And Havawood the comic and show is 12, 13, 13. 13 is lucky. And it's really interesting when you see yourself as a superhero, and then all of a sudden you realize, like, wow, I've got the power to change my life and to change the world.